welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Happy Friday, y'all! Yay! Okay, it's time for the weekend, time for the weekend. But yes, how y'all doing today? Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all week has gone. Have y'all been to the movie theater lately? What y'all been watching, okay? Whether you're streaming it or you're going to the theater, I care about it. I am here for it, and I want to know what is going on, how y'all been enjoying these things, right? And if you have any suggestions, recommendations, or anything like that that's in this particular genre, this arena of faith and family, please let me know. If you feel like, blah, girl, you need to check this out, okay? This was really, really good. I am here for it, all right? So yes, let's go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled Break Every Chain, right? You guys should find this film streaming right now on different platforms. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Facing a threat of losing his job as a police officer, the loss of his wife and daughter, and contemplating suicide, a man turns to faith and finds hope and redemption. Now, faith watchers out there, this film is based off a true story, which automatically had me interested because y'all know I'm here for the based off the true stories, because it's usually, for the most part, especially in this arena, there's always some kind of inspiration throughout the film or something. You just walk away leaving like, wow, okay, somebody went through this, somebody pulled through this, okay, God can do it, right? He can do it for me too. So yes, that already had me interested, right? And so here we meet Jonathan, okay? The film starts out, I believe, as him as a little boy. So we get to see certain elements of his life that truly affected him, that really was almost like, it sets you up for being able to understand this character. I mean, how cool it would be, like when you meet people, if you can kind of get a vision or a glimpse or something back into their childhood, because usually a lot of different things derive from there. That's where we get our start, right? We are introduced to those who love us, whether it's a guardian or some kind of parent or whatever the case may be. That's usually where life starts for us, and we usually start to develop our personality, how we see life, and different things from that young age and those experiences or whatever that we had, whether it was good or not so good. And Jonathan had a lot of good experiences here as a kid. He had his mom and his dad. He was particularly close with his dad. I know he was close with his mom too, but him and his dad shared special moments, right? Whether going out on the lake and fishing and different things like that, things that you would share with, you can expect that a father and a son would share. Jonathan had all of those different things with his dad. And however, some certain things start to happen, life happens to his family, particularly his dad. And that kind of set the course of Jonathan's life and how he became this determined, very diligent guy. Like, he developed a lot of qualities that were really good, that set him up to excel in all that he did and all that he does. But at the same time, he had certain things that derive from his experience, that tragedy that happened in his life at a very early age, that kind of really made certain things kind of dysfunctional in his life as well. And so you get both of those little elements, which is like that twist. And I really enjoyed it because, like I said, I love that it started from that place. So we can understand this character. We can kind of relate to him, feel him more, and develop strong feelings for him ourselves, where we're rooting for him, pulling for him to get through these. And when he does have moments in his life where there are really good things, moments of celebration, you are right there cheering for this character. You're thinking, okay, this is it. You reach that pinnacle in life. It's going to be smooth sailing. And when it's not, you're like almost taken back and you're falling into that same pit as Jonathan, where you're not like, why would you do this? That is crazy. No, you literally feel like almost like, okay, I get it. It's understandable. Almost like you are falling right there with him. And so I love that element of storytelling here that we do get. And part of that, I feel like maybe it's because it's based off a true story and they are pulling from those elements of that. And I believe it was a book. Yeah, well, say based on Break Every Chain. I'm not sure if it was actually a book, but if it was, it does make sense that you do have that outline there, that script. So you kind of just following along and sticking to that. But I loved this, like, it really feels like an element of storytelling here with this film, and that is what made me like, okay, I was all in there. But definitely when Jonathan meets Stacy, which soon later becomes his wife. It is so sweet and so adorable for those of you who are hopeful romantics out there and you're like, oh, I need me a little romance, beloved, in my life. That is what connects me to films. Yeah, I got you, girl. I got you, okay? Because Jonathan and Stacy is just, oh, the way that he looks at her, the way that he describes her, and the way that he proposes to her, it is like, your heart is melting, okay? This is better than fiction, all right? And it's like, wow. And you just love Stacy. She is so sweet, so God-fearing. And to see how she sticks with her husband throughout this story, throughout these different pitfalls in his life and secrets and all of these different things is amazing. You can tell that she is truly leaning on the Lord throughout it all. And as they start to expand their family and they go through different heartaches, even through that season of their life, but at the same time you do see God and elements of his fingerprints as well throughout that stage. I love the relationship that Jonathan does have with his mom, even though they do go through that bit of rocky element, especially when he is growing up. And I believe they do have a little bit here and there as a grown man, but we do understand where it came from. And at the end of the day, he does respect and love and honor his mom and honor all the women in his life. And when he journeys through being a police officer and seeing how he responds to his partners and the team and how he excels and having this good attitude, and he's very likable, which is pretty cool for a person who can almost seem like an introvert, because I do see that as well. But he does have, it's just something about him that even though he may not be an extrovert, that you feel comfort, you feel a sense of like, almost like you're protected in a way when you're with Jonathan, because he does care about people. And because of that tragedy he went through as a kid, like, y'all, for real, it has made him vulnerable. It has made him very human, where he does sympathize and empathize with everyone. And which is part of the things that vulnerability that he does have is what kind of like interferes in his life as a police officer and sends him down this spiral of depression, because he is so sensitive. He's so sensitive to the spirit. So when he starts to see things that us normal people, well, I don't want to say normal like that, but us like regular, I don't know, us who are not on the force, okay, we don't see certain things. We don't have to see certain bodies and children who lost their lives and different things and see it raw and uncut the way that he sees it, because he is one of the people who are called on the scene when certain things happen. And so when he starts to see these things and see people that he even kind of knew in the community lose their life, it does affect him. Like, y'all, how y'all be having that phrase, like that question, like, how can you sleep at night? You know, and certain people do with certain things that they have done to other people. It's like, how can you sleep at night? We see this here with Jonathan. It is literally, he can't sleep at night. And so he starts to turn to different things to help him cope, to help him really get through. And it's not because he's so like unhappy. Like some people turn to different things because they're unhappy or they're angry about something, or life has just been totally cruel to them. That is not the case with Jonathan. He has a pretty good life. Like I said, the most amazing wife ever. You know, it has some family support, all that good stuff. It is just to cope with the certain things that he sees that we probably couldn't even be able to go home at night and sleep either, to know that these things happen. This is not a movie, but this is real life images, real life raw and uncut that he's dealing with. And it's like, wow, I don't even know if I could have stayed on the force as long as he has. And it takes a certain spirit. It really does, to be able to do that. And shout out to those who are doing that, living, protecting, and serving their communities in this way. But yo, the things that are not so good about that kind of position, I can see why Jonathan made certain decisions that he did and then we are right there with him, fighting with him through these emotions, fighting with him through these images. And as he does start to come to know the Lord and leaning on him to help him through this journey, right? That is like, that is the satisfaction there for me when we got God standing right there like, hey, I got you, girl, I got you, we can do this, okay? So yes, once again, this film is titled Break Every Chain, based off a true story. I'm telling you out there, faith watchers, you are gonna love it. It's gonna be easy to spot the faith, because we're faith watchers here, right? Easy to see the faith in this film. Also very entertaining and very family oriented, the way that we do take a dive into Jonathan's family life. You're gonna be like, oh, me too, I want one. But yes, before I get out of here, before you get out of here today, we're gonna go ahead and get into our scripture. But before that, I want to let you know there's another video coming later on this evening, so be on the lookout for that, and keep an eye out on that community tab, because y'all know I like to connect with y'all there and see what's going on. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this thing, and we're coming out of, let's see, Philippians chapter 1 verse 29. For to you it has been granted on behalf of Christ, not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake. So that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all know I love to hear from y'all, so please remember to leave your thoughts, your prayers, your raw take in the comment section below, because you just never know what your words can do to bless someone and encourage someone who really needed to hear what you had to say. So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.